Thank you for watching. Today we're going to get right into it with Solarbots, Understanding Guilds and the Economy. This is a great article written by Misostune. Misostune says after they posted an update regarding guild halls and player housing sales, they noticed there were a few people who didn't yet fully understand the immense impact guilds have on the Solarbots ecosystem. Me, maybe, possibly some others. So I needed to learn more myself, and Misostune actually came into the Discord and spoke with us a bit, possibly before writing this, to kind of understand why not only myself, but a lot of other guild owners answer questions. And it was amazing. It was great to get that time and get answers to some questions and just let everybody dig in and kind of just really ask all the questions on their mind that weren't even pertaining to this. And it really helped us understand what was going on. And I think it was great that he wrote this article for the rest of the community of Solarbots and people that are interested to kind of understand what's going on and how important these guilds are to the community. And in the beginning here, Misostune starts by explaining why guilds are important to Solarbots and the problem of guilds as extractors in the past, and trying to build a sustainable ecosystem, and wanting to work with partners like Yield Guild Games, YGG, that aren't there to extract but want to be builders and leaders in the community, and that aren't there to just sell their assets, but are there to hold and build within the community and actually run a guild within the community of Solarbots, and how important that is to have them there and actually have players represented from YGG in the community and in the game. And I totally agree with that. We at Lucid Lounge would like a guild to be able to use for our scholars and to be able to create a place for people that want to support what we do in the Solarbots community with all the information and videos in our marketplace, and a place where we can hang out with like-minded people within the Solarbots community. Something that we're really looking forward to and trying to get the funds as a guild to come up with to even purchase a small guild to be a part of this community, this amazing community that's growing here. We really love the Solarbots and like the community of people that have taken the time to talk to us, and everybody we've met that is in the Solarbots community and purchasing Solarbots after the mint and stuff like that. And we're excited for the game and the MVP that's going to drop. So excited to see who all gets a guild and how all that works out. So taking into account the question of like how to make it non-extractive and how can they utilize the information and implement it in a game, you know, it's a tough thing to tackle. And instead of blockchain gaming guilds being just extractors and leveraging the burden of sustaining the economy and the entire community, Solarbots guilds can be seen as the supply to fuel the entire game. Their potential profit doesn't come from extracting yield tokens, but directly incentivizing their burn and purchase from guilds by passing marketplace fees and asset production to them. I think this is really important in the Solarbots economy. We would really like to have like a Lucid Lounge marketplace. We would really love to be burning fees while making and creating assets in our guild to then sell on our marketplace to the community and really take part in the game, having fun doing those things. And like they say in the post here, this massively shifts the dynamic as they no longer compete with the community for the same assets, which are created infinitely by a smart contract. Instead, it creates a symbiotic relationship in which the community supplies guilds with the resources required to then supply the community with goods they require in their journey. Notice the full loop that's been thought of here. This is amazing. Resources that aren't created infinitely, but with a monthly limit. This adjustable monthly limit makes runway inflation essentially impossible. This is what I've proposed when it comes to like SLP generation in Axie. Like, it should be based off of last month's marketplace sales and a sustainable amount of money that can be put back into the game instead of just arbitrarily printing tokens. And like, to see somebody refreshingly think about that and put it in writing before they actually start to selling tokens or the game comes out is extremely refreshing, actually. And this is new thought of how guilds work within a game. It's not just another breed rent Ponzi. Sorry, I digress, but that gets me really excited. Instead of praying for growth and sustaining the ecosystem, this model also works on a smaller scale. How does that work? Money has to come from somewhere. I think we're all familiar with this concept, but it's worth exploring a little because the implications are fundamentally important. In most current games, we've seen that high marketplace activity happens during growth phases while being minimal before and after said phase. This is caused by the ecosystem being skewed in a direction where it's required by only the community to add funds to the ecosystem, where they then extracted by others. With the change dynamic explained in the previous section, it places suppliers and consumers on a more similar playing field and requires guilds to also inject into the economy. This is so important since the supply of resources is adjustable, limited, and based on proof of skill, explained here. And you can see this tokenomics in Play and Earn. We did a video on this previously. You can check that video out if you click on the video above here. This means that guilds cannot simply produce all they need and more by themselves and live in excess. In essence, players supply guilds with resources. Guilds use these to create various assets required by players. Players acquire more assets to help them in generating resources, and the loop continues. At the same time, the system gives Solarbot guilds and keeps in mind those are not just blockchain gaming builds, it could be any group of players or individuals, an opportunity that was never seen before. A share of the marketplace fees generated by all transactions using the guild marketplace NPC. I want this so much. Oh my god, how do we have the funds for this? These NPCs will be Solarbots market units, which can be crafted and placed in a guild's guild hall, as well as on the out-of-the-city land owned by the guild. They are required to access the global marketplace within the game. These NPCs will be Solarbots market units, which can be crafted and placed in guild halls, as well as on the out-of-city land owned by the guild. They're required to access the global marketplace within the game. This is fucking sweet. So we're going to be able to craft NPCs and place them around our guild hall and our out-of-city land owned by the guild, where people can come up and just access the marketplace and do their transactions. Dude, that's fucking sick. This makes immediate use of the economic understanding of guild leaders and allows them to test their prowess against other guilds. Yo, this is so fire. Dealing with bots is a massive challenge for any game developer and studio. Depending on the complexity of bots, it may become close to impossible to guarantee prevention of botting. For crafting and gathering, this is how we make use of leadership skills of guild leaders as we place the burden of bot prevention on them. On top of implementing various preventative measures ourselves, guilds have direct invested interest in making sure their members play fair, as bot detected will result in penalizing the guild in charge of botting members. Dude, I actually kind of like that. They're being very upfront that you need to really be on top of your guild members and make sure they're not botting to craft, and that you have real humans doing the work. I actually like that. And the whole guild could get penalized. Hopefully, I think the player should get penalized more somehow that does it, because there are going to be times that maybe it slips and a guild gets in trouble for one person's actions. So I would love to hear more on that. They won't be leaving guilds to fend for themselves here, and we'll be closely working with them to help. After all, guilds are a close and important partnership. That's good to hear as well. Community Kickstart. Last but not least, Community Kickstart is an obvious and valuable benefit guild leaders offer. This is usually the first thing people think about when talking about guilds, and other games already make great use of this. Therefore, it requires very little explanation and it can be summed up with many members, many potential players. I like that, and I do like how the guilds can grow and put money back into the ecosystem to grow their guild and the amount of players that are allowed to be in the guild. This was a really great write-up. I really like this one. Even after speaking to Misostune personally, I learned more off of reading this, and maybe it was just a good refresher, and it's good to do that from time to time. I really hope we can get even a small guild for the Lucid Lounge. Times are tough right now. Our liquidity is tied up. 10 ETH is a lot. I hope we can come up with it to get a guild. I'm so excited. I know so many more other people are going to be getting guilds that are great guild leaders and community members around Web3 gaming that we're going to want to stand around and be a part of with them in this game. I really think Solarbots is going to be a great game, and I'm excited for the MVP. If you like this video, comment down below and hit the subscribe button. Thank you. Peace.